Spaghetti heady. Well, what do? I even updated YouTube and it didn't screw me. Nice. Knee. Gross. Gross. Blech. Clean your room, bucko. I'm trying. I'm actually, unironically, am going to do that later. Dakota. Yes. What a do, good sir. Welcome, my pretties. My pretties. Joe Malloy, as I live and breathe. Yes. So I actually do have a little bit of a dilemma. So in like the past 3 weeks, I just got 6 books. Which one should I start with? Because I have yeet, yes. So I'm gonna bring them all in here, and I actually do want to settle this because I'm kind of an indecisive person sometimes. So I'm looking at all 6 of these books, and I'm just like, which one do I read? I'm like, what? Anyway, yes, 6 of them. I went on a binge on some books. So 2 of them are from Iceland when I went over there. The Njal sagas and the Vinland sagas. And then I got The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. And I got a Neil deGrasse Tyson book called Space Chronicles. I got a Friedrich Nietzsche book, out of all things. And I got The Essential Chomsky. So, a Noam Chomsky book. Jesus, you like to read? Yes, I do. Dude, books are amazing, dude. And to be fair, even the books I already own right now, I haven't read all of them. I like to I take my time with reading, because I'm kind of an ADD-ish type of person. Like I have kind of a slow thinking mind. I'll kind of wander off. So sometimes I take time with reading, unless I'm really, really into it. But sometimes I'll be into it, but then I'll just lose my track just ever so slightly, and then it's like I lose it all entirely. Tyson's good, Chomsky's good, Dawkins is scum. Okay, how? What? What's that? Like, he's like one of the major evolutionary scientists. Like, how's he scum? What has he done? What has he done? Like, I am confused. I have become confused. Don't confuse me. Message retracted. Well, that helps my that helps. I know you're on mobile, so I'll give you that. Message retracted. It's like, okay, I have been sold. But I'll be right back while you do construct this message of yours, so I can make this decision. Slow right near Stafford Road toward Westland, an 8-minute delay there. Your next update comes your way within 10 minutes. Stay connected with traffic on the 7th, mornings and afternoons, only on FM News 101 KXL. It is Portland's most weather 24/7. Gresham Subaru, buy or lease from Gresham Subaru, and in return get 2 Fusion season passes to Mount Hood. That is a big Subaru store with small prices, or find them online at GreshamSubaru.com. Your forecast now with KGW's Matt Sapino. There for the rest of the night out there, a lot of high school football going on. Grab the jacket, it'll be chilly. Okay. So, boom, bitch. Look at all these books. Look at them all. Boom. Boom. All right. Eightoid. Filthy. Talking so we eat your fish. What? Okay, so I have the essential Chomsky. I know you can't read it, it's backwards. So I'll display them all in a sec. But I'll put that over here. I'll put this over here. And then I have Tyson. Can't go wrong with that. I'll put that right there. The Will to Power by Friedrich Nietzsche, with his glorious face right on the cover. And then his leering eyes just right in the back. Those gonna stay right in your soul, boy. Alright, put that right there. And The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. I like his voice. I do have to say that. And then I got the Vinland Sagas and the L Saga. So I'll put these somewhere. I'll just put them right here. And I will get a good look at these puppies. Boom. Let me get the flash on so we can actually see this shit. Alright. Oh god, alright. So, boom. The Essential Chomsky. And the Space Chronicles. Facing the ultimate frontier. Oh. Alright. And then we got the. This is actually really cool. I've seen some of them. They have like maps in here and shit. Like right here and stuff. They have like all this. Favorite trees and maps and shit. Ah, fuck, cunt. Oh, you got the point. Y'all sagas, which are pretty dope. And let's go over here to that glorious man face of Nietzsche, the Will to Power, and that. So that's my dilemma. I don't know what. I just muted myself. I meant to turn that off. There we go. My tank got a little illness. I lost 90% of my fish, which is very sad. I mourn the loss of your fish. That sucks. What the hell? I can't read backwards. Wait, was it backwards even for that? I faced it forward. I mean, was that even backwards for you guys? Because if so, that is some bullshit. And if that is some bullshit, then it's just gonna be like, what the hell? I'm gonna have to go Dr. Phil on his ass, and you don't want me to go Dr. Phil because I will exploit you on national television. My mom watches Dr. Phil so much, I've got his voice down, it's scary. No, you went right. Okay, good. I went to actual, like, reality, so good. But I've noticed, these are the only 3 books that are the same size, but these other 3 are just ginormous. Like, this one's just thick as fuck, but slightly bigger. This one's just, you know, more like smaller school text size, I guess you could say. And this one is just like a freaking like college study book, basically. But I've read into this a little bit, and like I can really see Chomsky in like his writing for sure. I mean, of course, it's fucking Chomsky who wrote it, but it's like you can really like it's kind of really cool to kind of like read his like articulation instead of just listening to it, and it actually feels like it's far more clear to understand when I'm reading it than listening to him, because he's kind of an old guy. He's an old fella, so you know it can be kind of hard to understand him. I can't even do his voice. I'm not even gonna attempt it, but he's got like this super like groggly voice and shit, which, you know, it's not, you know, anything against him. It's just his age, you know, it comes along with it. You just got this very old voice, and, you know, it's just really deep, and, you know, it's just like, Jimmy, I'm sorry, I have to disagree. Dawkins to start. You want me to do The Selfish Gene? I've already read, The God Delusion by him already, because I've had that one for a while, but, yeah, I think this one will have to be my next one. It's a very thick one, but I think it'll be a good one to start with. Pretty decent Chomsky. Yeah. I mean, I was able to, I kind of have to kind of click into it. I can't just, like, attempt off the bat. I kind of have to work my way into it. I have to kind of work my way into it so I can, you know, talk about the essential Chomsky, which is, very, you know, I can't really, like, get into the complexity of how he speaks, but I can definitely get, like, that voice going. Now that I kind of tuned into it, I can kind of do it, but It's kind of hard to do. Okay, you got one to vote. Chomsky and or Dawkins. I feel like I want to break it and just say Nietzsche because I haven't read that yet. And plus, I was trying to find his readings for the longest time anyway. So I think I might just start with that. I mean, I might start with the Vinland Sagas just because of like how short it is, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll read all these eventually. Breaks the tie. Damn, Dakota left. Yeah, probably just stopped in to say hi. But it's not the Dakota that we all know. That was a different one. But I don't care. Any Dakota is a cool Dakota. Oh, still a little left in here. At this point, I'm just like waiting for Deep Fat Fried to become live for the patrons. For the patrons. Because I wait so long, but I have like probably an hour, maybe. Oh, a little more than that. I'll stay around. I'll stick. You know how long. It was ours. No, it wasn't. I mean, it could have been. I don't know. Oh shit, that's where the tray fell. Luckily, there's nothing in the tray when that fell with the book. I have a dilemma here also. Well, everyone's having dilemmas now. We all just have dilemmas. We're all gonna die. The big tank is mostly dead. Only about maybe 5 or 10 left, so I went to the small tank with them. Alright, yeah, that's a good idea. Like, I mean, just do what I said earlier, last time. I think it was last stream. Like, just get them in like a clean tank and scrub out the other one and clean it out. Especially, that's the kind of the best thing I would do. That's the one thing I could think of, at least. Let's get some other life in there too. Like get a little ecosystem going, dude. Like I know snails are really good for eating off all the grossness that will like build up and shit. Like get some of those and get like some other like microbial life in there. Kind of get a little ecosystem building. It's probably maybe partially to why maybe an illness spread because there wasn't an ecosystem to like help sustain it or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, get shrimps. Freshwater shrimps, I bet those are a thing. They have to be, I feel like. Small tank only has a frog and a baby fish. When I went to take the baby fish out, no, the tank only had 20 babies. I don't. My babies can't have babies. Well, yeah, babies can't have babies because babies are babies. Yes, they are very popular. Ignore, catch up. Oh, jeez. I wasn't aware. I haven't been into this field in a very long time. Leave me alone, no! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Gonna need to grind some more up. This cannot suffice. The more you know. Exactly. Come here. Come here. You little bastard. You bastard. There you go. That a little nug. Go over there. Ugh, I've stuffed this little bitch. I stuffed it back pretty good down there. I don't want to check out your new podcast. I want you to check out mine that I didn't start yet. Well, I guess there we go. There's a new podcast on the Associated Press. There you go. The more you know. We're learning stuff today. Sweet. We can never leave you alone. I know, right? 69 degrees outside. I wonder what that is in Celsius. We need to switch to metric. We need to switch to the metric system, damn it. Oh, cult leader. The children of the egg. The children of the egg. The children of the egg. The leader is crazy, but the cultists are insane. I don't know.
Totally like your best friend. Joyful, experienced, super smart. She customized a treatment just for me. Let's smooth out those fine lines, tighten the tone, overall rejuvenation for my face and neck. Lisa set me up with microneedling. It's combined with PRP or platelet-rich
there we go.
plasma
Boom.
therapy. These are non-invasive procedures to tighten my skin.
Oh, the cultly, the children of the egg.
Takes the edge off, and now it's even more relaxing. Over the next couple of months,
But the thing is, I am like a multi-produce, multi-food cultist. Like, we're not just limited to the egg. We're also expand to the children of tomatoes, and also the leaves of the lettuce, and the head children of the cabbage and shit like that. Like, I mean, we expand to other things. And yes, we are very intellectually stimulating. Because, like, Raj, or Rajneesh, or whatever the fuck that guy's name was, that guy, straight up, is like a love guru. And that is what I am. We strive for love, and peace, and globalism. They're coming to take us away. They're coming to take us away. Coming to take us away. Haha, they're coming to take us away. You just want me to sing, boy. I mean, I could just, whip at the bass and slap at the bass. I could get that out. I've been playing on my bass lately, so, I mean, I can whip out a few little riffs and shit. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't come on my stream and just, like, even though I can't really do all that crazy fun stuff. I can only really, go boom, or whatever. I don't know. I got my own thing going, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, and I'll have to tune it first, and I don't know where my tuner is, because I'm pretty sure it's out of tune. Salad. Yeah, we're the salad cult. That's what we are. We're the salad cult, because you can make pretty much anything a salad, as long as you have, like, the actual thing of what you need for a salad, which is, like, the lettuce, cabbage, and other greens. But essentially, you could put whatever you want in a salad, if you think about it. Seriously, you could, because people put, like, little tomatoes in there, diced up tomatoes. People put meats in there, dice up some meat, little meat cubes, croutons, all sorts of different sauces you can put in a salad, all sorts of different seasonings you can whip in a salad. You can make a fish salad. You can make, like, seriously, you can make, like, a salad out of anything, dude. So where are the salad cult? Sing, play, get it out. Well, I at least have one approval of someone wanting me to get my bass out. So, you know what? Fuck it. I think, if not, at least it'll be in the background looking beautiful. Oh, funny. Hey, Patriot Prayer, the far right-wing movement that does protests, they're doing protests on college campuses. Wait, I thought it was the social justice warrior Antifa left or whatever that does protests on college campuses. Wait a minute, isn't that hypocrisy? Food for thought.
Says they've got to make some room. $15 for adult cats and $75 for kittens, and they've all been spayed and neutered, had their vaccinations. They come with a veterinary exam and a gift certificate. Ooh. So it is a great deal, and there's so many ways you can help people who are impacted by these hurricanes. The Oregon Humane Society, the cat adoption team, and other rescue groups are here to take on these arrivals. These pets were in shelters.
I was right. This thing is out of tune.
Them out of the area frees up resources for help. Airport, Mike Turner, FM News.
This thing is out of tune. Damn. I'm gonna have to do this by ear. This is gonna be difficult. Alright, well, at least I know those are in tune. This was really bad earlier. Oh, well, it's good now. Well, actually, it needs to be higher.
Yes, she is. Well, I think this Halloween has no tricks, and it's not much of a treat. You know, there's so much wrong with it. I don't like child slash movies. This movie isn't for an R-rated movie. It's not real violent. You know,
All right, that sounds about right.
a couple people. You know, it's the same old stuff. You know, Jamie Lee Curtis did.
All right, it was just the A. It was just the A string that was terrible. Beautiful bong. Well, thank you, considering that the top of the neck is broken. Well, thanks. I call it the chamber of the eye. The chamber of the eye of woe. But, yeah. But thank you, though. I have the head of the neck. Oh, here it is. Here's the rest of it. I haven't gotten anything to just, like, seal it back in place. But honestly, at this point, I don't really need to. It's like, why bother? It works just the same. Have you smoked it today? I just did earlier on stream. I was about to again, but I was like, you know, I've been playing bass lately, so I kind of want to play bass. And then everyone's like, and then at least one of my viewers was like, well, get it out. And I'm like, fine. But I'm about to smoke it up anyway, and then we can play a little lick or two. I had to get a tune at least first before I do that. Or else it's like, why am I even attempting to play it? Because then it'll just be out of tune, and it will be very terrible. It's like, I don't want it to be terrible. I want it to be good. At least decent. Ah, shit. Dropping stuff. There we go. Yes, skip. Strawberry lemonade. That's pretty good stuff. I should have mixed the peach in it with it, though. Like, I have a little bit of, like, this lemonade peach and this lemonade strawberry juices. They're both separate things, but together, they complement each other very well, and they're very delicious. But I just have this straight strawberry lemonade. It's a little tingy. It's a little too tingy for me right now. But it's like, whatever. You know, you live with what you live with. I'm hearing ruckus outside. I'm wondering if that is weather or just people interacting with their outside environment. Ever do no-stick sales with smoke? Yeah, not so much of bongs, but more of like joints, blunts, and stuff like that. Bongs are like, they're more of like a concentrated hit, so the smoke is just more concentrated, so when you exhale, it doesn't really come out that much unless you take a really, really big fatty. But I don't really attempt to go for super big fatties, not all the time at least, but, you know, fuck it, I think I'll do one, and then play some tunes and shit. Because I'm not, like, because I am a musically adept person, and I do know my way around music theory, and the more I play, you know, the more I know more about at least string instruments, because that's not my forte, but, you know, I'm getting more, more experience, and I've been playing bass for, like, pretty hardcore for, like, the past year and a half at least, so it's a fun instrument, the bass. Like, I started with playing guitar, but, like, and I'm going to go back into playing that, because I still have my guitars and shit, but, like, there's something about, like, playing bass, I feel like, helps me more understand, like, the six strings, and, like, how that plays into effect with, a bass, because I've been playing bass so much now, and I need a little plug nut, because my hole for my bowl is too big, but, digressing from that point, yeah, I mean, it's, like, like, if you're, like, a musician, like, you can, playing just one instrument's, great, and people who do really well with that. But I think people who are, like, really understanding of music and, like, or really, like, know a thing or two about it are those who could kind of, branch off and, play other instruments if they wanted to. Like, I mean, I started playing trumpet at first, but now I play, guitar, I play the bass, of course, and I play, percussion, even though I don't have any percussion instruments. I have a keyboard. I don't play it too often, but I know a little bit, some basics on synths and keyboard. And plus, it's just good to have a keyboard if you're a musician, because that is an easy way to look at, notes and everything. It's a really easy way to understand chords and learn them. But, yeah, I mean, just like, to me, I like branching off into different instruments, and I want to get a fiddle and a mandolin at some point. I want to get a harmonica, or different types of harmonicas. Like, I mean, I'm a very musically, like, openly branched person, I guess you can say. It's a midnight stream last night. Okay. Certain someone I'm hiding. You played a little spaz rap one time. Yeah, I did. I think at one point. One time with Melty, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I tried. That was me attempting to rap. I remembered that, and I suck, so I don't rap. Like I can make lyrics and shit. Like I can write. I can write up a rap, and then I can actually make a beat and actually make one. Like it's not like I'm not bad at it, but to just freestyle, do it right then and there, no, no, I can't. But if I actually worked on it, produced it, made it up and stuff like that, and no one fucked with it, and it was just me working on it and stuff, I could probably, I can make something a little something, something. But it's just, I have to actually like rap is, I mean, initially, it's technically an acronym. It means rhythm and poetry. So for me, I have to think about the poetry part, not so much the rhythm part. I can get that down pretty easily. But the poetry part, I need to work with, so that's why I can't just freestyle like that, because it's something it's not a struggle, but I think very complex with it, or at least I think very deeply on it. Mrs. Quirkiness. Yeah, he's just been doing his own thing. I mean, I don't really know what he's been doing, so, I mean, I know he's, got his new girl and shit, dealing with her, so, that's about it. That's about all much I know, so, he'll be around, though, like, I mean, he's established, that's kind of the good thing. I mean, he's kind of established around here a little bit, because, his name keeps getting mentioned, so, so it's good that people know him around, so I could be like, whenever he is around and free and just doing his own thing, on his own time or whatever, or not doing his own thing on his own time, I mean, then he'll be like, hey, want to come down and kick it? Be a guest on our podcast for the show today or whatever, something like that. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be around. I mean, he's always in the neighborhood somewhere doing something. It's just he's been busy lately, so I haven't gotten a chance to kick with him too much. Plus, a little certain individual keeps annoying me too. And for those who don't know, look past like the last 3 streams. You'll understand. And that's all I can say. Unless you already have, then you already know. And that's good. But not good too.
So you don't have to wait to take advantage of great savings. A salary-based mortgage consultant will talk to you about your financial goals and will customize a loan program to fit your needs. Just 503-452-4444. That's 452-4444. AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334.
Life is more than just good in the Northwest. It's better. And with Honda's award-winning lineup of vehicles,
starts with an L and ends with a nope.
life is better with a Honda. Like the rugged and capable CR-V with all-wheel drive, or the adaptable HR-V with 3
It was the Logan event.
modes for any occasion. More space with the Pilot with seating for 8. Now it's
The Logan
with
event.
a Honda. View these vehicles and more at your local Northwest Honda dealer, or visit us online at Northwest Honda.
Was it that milky? That's what I mean. Like this bong, it chambers the smoke in like a very compact ball. When I exhale, it doesn't really make that much of an exhale smoke. So even if I do make a fatty, sometimes it doesn't go. So I definitely made a fatty though. I'm like, blah. Well, that was terrible. It sounded good, and then I made it terrible. But I've been playing a while, but I did make something good earlier. But now it's blanking on me. Well, I'm almost getting it out. It was partially that.
It's like a fine hotel managed by a restaurant that's first class. Staff goes above and beyond to make sure you
Okay, now I'm kind of remembering it.
try it on.
But it's kind of difficult to like do. And I did it sober. Now I'm trying to do it high, and it's a little difficult.
Fit personal trainers, private walking paths, and so much more. If upfront expenses have been holding you back, right now you can move in with no money upfront.
Damn, that's like, man, that's a little more difficult. You're just rusty. Well, it's that, plus I am trying to remember what it is stoned right now. So it's a little bit more, I mean, I got it, like, I did it off the blue early, like, yesterday. And I was like, I'm remembering that, so I practiced it for like 30 minutes. But now that I'm stoned and trying to remember it, it's like, oh shit. Oops. Whatever. I mean, hold on. Okay. I feel like if I try to mute... Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute. I'm trying to figure out the best way to mute. Okay, alright, there we go. I have to, like, have my hand, like, palm mute, like, a string, but, like, have my palm up in an angle to where it doesn't mute the other one. It's kind of difficult. I'm gonna have to, like, do this weird thing here. I have to, like... It's kind of an interesting way to do this, but, alright. There we go. That was pretty nice. Alright. So you still in state as normal as when you're not... Oh wait, hold on. Let me read that again. I am sorry. It is weird. I see your stone state as normal, so it's weird when you're not. There's been times when I've been sober on stream. You just, it's just for like the first 10 or 15 minutes, because usually I smoke a bowl right off the start, usually at the beginning. So, or sometimes I'm just sober for a good portion of the time. It just kind of depends. Like, it depends on the day I do the stream. Like, whenever I'm eating food, usually I'm fairly sober because the food sobers me up. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not all, like, it's not always, but it's definitely for, like, a good, like, 80% of my streams, but not all the time. Sometimes you're tired of shit. Yeah, there's sometimes that's also the case too. Is this the only bong I have? No. I have a silicone piece which I use whenever I'm traveling or, you know, going camping or something like that. That's what I'll use. I don't bring this. And I also have a couple pieces that are kind of ghetto rigged as fuck that I don't use that I should probably just get rid of. Because I just use this for the most part. But no, it's not the only one I got, but it's the only one I use at home, essentially. But I'm thinking about getting a new one anyway and seeing, and having, like, pipes. Oh yeah, I got a lot of pipes. We have, like, a house of pipes here. I know Robert has a couple, I have a couple, and my mom uses one of them. So I have a few travel pipes as well, and I also have... And we did have a pipe, but it's in Iceland. It's in the garbage bin in Iceland, so that probably means it either got picked up by somebody or it's in a landfill in Iceland now. But so it's so we did have like another one, but that's gone now. There's a lot of resin caked in there, so I hope whoever has it enjoys it and realizes how resiny it is, because that bitch was resiny. Like, I was trying to pick at it, you know, while we were up there, and I didn't realize how resiny it was. I'm like, I'm just gonna smoke this resin. And it putrefied the whole apartment with resin smell, and it probably was not the bestest of ideas. But I did it anyway. So, yeah. But I also, what else do I have? I also have we have a steamroller. Where is that bitch? There it is. Hey Robert, pass me the steamroller over there. Yeah, okay. I'll play a quick little riff. There we are. But we also have this steamroller that my brother gave me. So it's an Organ Ducks steamroller, and we need to get this thing in alcohol, which we do have, because this thing's a little dirty, which is kind of why we have not used it in a bit, because it's kind of harsh when it's a little dirty. Damn, my ears. Exactly. Let me play a little riff. But alright. There is actually something I did used to do a lot as kind of like a little practice thing. Let me try.
Came out and said we should build a wall between Mexico and the United States. And everybody said he'll never get elected president that way. Well, he's been president now for almost 40 years. And guess what? Americans still like the idea of guarding our southern border. And if you didn't need a better reason, take a look at some of the video that's coming to us from the Mexico-Guatemala border on the south end of that country. And look at the thousands of refugees who say they're going to jam their way across the border into Mexico.
I'm definitely am rusty though, for sure, a little bit. I mean, also it's kind of hard to do finger picking because I'm not used to doing that as much. Cool. You should think about subdividing your channel, Smoke Stuff, Stoner Cookery, and Stoner's Musical Night. I've been thinking about that, but right now I'm so small that I don't really need to. Like, once I get big enough, I might start like subdividing shit, but I'm only just gonna do that in like playlists essentially. Like, I'll have like certain things under certain topics, and streams will of course just be streams. But when I'm actually doing like certain things, they will be like under a certain title and shit. Like, I definitely have like subdividing titles that we are having, or at least that I am planning for. And then the podcast, of course, is going to be the big thing. And then there's going to be like a little, kind of like a little mini. Either it's going to be a segment or it's going to be its own separate entity where we do news. You're going away?
No, I'm here. Checking them out.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of different ideas and plans. I just need to get the desktop, which I'm saving up for. But I need to get a new card so I can at least have something, so I can be like, all right, we can start managing money and shit. I can't do that right now. Jimmy, what instrument do you play? Does Jimmy play instruments? Is to sing, second tenor. Nice. Keyboards? Right on. You're as quiet as boy. Yeah, my dad actually was in the orchestra. He used to play violin. I think it was violin. Yeah, it was violin. And my mom used to be in the band as well, like me. And she played clarinet, oboe, and tenor sax, I believe. She kind of varied off in between those. And flute. She also played flute for a time. So I have a lot of musical blood in me, which is kind of why I think I play so much instruments. So many instruments and shit. What is the center of your steamroller? A football, which you can't see, which is why we need to clean it, because I'd like to see the football inside. But yeah, that's what's inside it. It's not a perk. It's just like this little extra mini chamber the smoke travels through to enter in and expand into the actual steamroller chamber itself, which is pretty cool. It's a nice little piece. Let me try to do like off. Hold on, I need to figure out a way to strum this shit. Getting stoned in a garage. In my own house alone. Wonder if Carl plays an instrument? Probably. I don't know. Music is definitely a good relaxing tool, I have to agree. It's very therapeutic. And also, I'm actually surprised I was singing while playing, because normally I suck really bad at that. But then again, I was doing very simple shit. Sounds like Eastern, but very punk at the same time. It's like Eastern punk. Like, that's a really punk riff. That's a punk riff right there. That's a nice punk riff, though. Stay with bass and guitar. I ain't staying with just bass and guitar. I'm staying with all sorts of fucking instruments I want, boy! I mean, like, imagine when I get a mandolin in here and I start playing some, like, folk shit, dude. Like, I mean, that would be, like, that's what I wanted to, like, start doing is, like, play, and also get a fiddle. Like, I'm actually going to make sure I'm good enough to, like, play before I actually play it with you guys. Like, that's why I play bass out here, because I know I'm pretty good at it. But, I mean, eventually I'm going to have to start practicing on my trumpet again, because I haven't played that in a while, and, I mean, I played it like a month ago for the first time in like a year and a half, and I'm like, hey, I'm not that bad still. So if I just practice on it again, I can get high notes and sustain them again and shit like that. So I have to start doing it. Okay, leave the singing to me. Fake news. You just don't appreciate my singing capabilities, you bastard.
From the 24/7 traffic center, Western Construction Systems. Repair, earthquake retrofit, water systems, Liberty of York Foundation is their specialty guarantee. 6894222. Traffic on the sevens.
Oh, fuck. That's why I was getting weird. The string was starting to get off the fret. Would like to play the bone. The trombone, dude, that's all. Like, dude, I found Bohemian Rhapsody with all trombone cover. Dude, that shit sounds fucking beautiful, dude. You should like, it's awesome. Like, I actually like kind of feel bad I didn't start playing the trombone first, because that instrument's awesome. It's an awesome instrument. Well, I mean, I could just kind of add on to it as an instrument to play, because it's a really cool instrument, dude. Like, honestly, it feels more free because you have a slide, so you're just like you know, you can go to any point of like that you know, like at any point of like that musical alphabet and any like tone tuning, any, you know, it's awesome. It's a pretty cool instrument. I wonder if they have like I'm sure they do have uh like alto trombones and stuff like that that go higher up. I mean, or like trumpet trombones or something. I'm sure they do. I think I've saw one before. I think. I mean, orchestral music and brass instruments are fucking cool instruments, man. That's what I mean. They're pretty beautifully crafted. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, it's pretty I mean, it's really cool to see all these different types of instruments that have been crafted and stuff like that over the course of history. It's awesome.
Stay connected with FM News 101.
Like when I was at the church at Reykjavik in Iceland on the top of the hill, like even though like I don't really give a shit about the church part aspect of it, it's a really cool building. And it has really cool views at the top of it, and it has a really cool pipe organ in the inside of the church, which is pretty fucking like breathtaking to look at. Like, I'm kind of a sucker for pipe organs because I just absolutely love the way they sound. They sound beautiful. And I happened to go in there in time for one of the guys there to be playing it, and I was just like, oh, this is so cool, because it just sounds so like, in many ways, it sounds like calming and atmospherical, but at the same time, it's like kind of sinister too. And that's what I love about the pipe organs. You can get different emotions out of it at once, and it's just awesome. I just love them, dude. And it was just absolutely spectacular. Has vocal section to it. Maybe I'll sing and leave you a song in there. I don't know. You can upload recordings, so but I don't think you can like leave voices and stuff in the voice chat in the Discord. That's just for people to actually like talk and do voice chat. It's like the voice equivalent of just the chat. So unfortunately, you probably won't be able to do it that way. But you can upload a file, and I'll be able to see it there though.
Men and women, some with young children, babies drenched in sweat, began storming and climbing the barrier, tearing it down. Massive migrants then crammed onto this fourth bridge, only to be blocked by a hurricane on the Mexican side. Especially which TV Telemundo showed like panicking, jumping from the bridge to try to
I don't know where that came out of nowhere. I just wanted to do that. Damn, there goes that idea. Well, no, you can. I said you can upload audio files, which I think is a thing. So you can still do it, or you can send me a link and upload it somewhere else, like a SoundCloud. But I had to get that last little burst out. I decided to go on like a classical Latino style fucking, I don't know what that was, solo. So there you go. Smoke again. But yeah, I mean, that's why I like playing bass. It's simple, but you can do all sorts of stuff too. Smoke sticks too? Fuck no. Like, I'll do spliffs and also in bowls too, but I won't, like, I can't, no. Like, I've been pressured once before and I'm like, nope. Like, what we call it when we do spliffs and bowls, mooks, and that's bad enough that I've already done those occasionally. I don't need to start doing the cigs. I've already made it, like, concrete in my mind I ain't doing that. Like, I'll vape, maybe, like, I'll pick up vaping. But I won't, like, smoke, you know what I mean? Like, I'll do blunts and stuff, like, and spliff blunts and joints, but nah, that's about it. Nope. I tried, I think it's called smut or something like that, or smoot, or snoo or something like that, and it's like this Swedish chew tobacco. I kicked with these guys who are in Portland, and they had that this like Swedish, and it's not like chewing tobacco because it's just sticking on your lip once, and I didn't feel anything out of it, and I'm like, I don't understand it. It just feels like a very strong spice. I did that once. And I was like, meh. It just like was honestly just a really strong spice. I'm like, this is like really strong, spicy cinnamon. That's how I described it, and he was like, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, okay, all right, well, I tried that once. So it's basically like Swedish like chewing tobacco, but you don't chew it. So I don't know, but that was like a year ago or something like that. I haven't seen him in a while, but I did. I think it was because I met them on Steam, or at least one of them, and we're like, hey, we just happen to also be in Portland. Want to hang out sometime? And it's like, sure. So, if he's still on my friends list on Steam, I'll have to hit him up again and be like, hey, what's up? I got a new desktop, and I'm on Steam again. I'm back, bitches. So, yeah. Can't wait to get that new desktop. It's going to be a nice, just upgrade. It's going to be a nice set of pace of change. I got a hoagie and the guy eats those shitty meats. Chewing tobacco and cigars are bad for you. My uncle did that and ended up with mouth and throat cancer. That's why I don't do it. Like, and also, you're not supposed to smoke cigars. You're supposed to taste them. So, that still gives you mouth cancer, so you probably shouldn't do that either way. But, on my sister's wedding, her husband and a bunch of their friends and shit were all hanging around at the place we were kicking it at. I think you might, if you go back on my channel, I did vlogs of this actually. When we were in Montana, and you probably might see the building I might be talking about. But there's like this balcony on this building that we're hanging out at, where we had my sister's wedding, and we were all just chilling on this balcony, and he had this super like fat cigar, and we were smoking it up, and I tasted it. And it tasted like very flavorful. I'm like, I could see why a lot of the luxury like to taste smoked cigars and stuff, because it's flavorful as fuck. But I want to do that as like a thing. Like I might, like in that type of social occasion, on a special event, pot, if there's a cigar being passed around with the guys, I'll probably pass one too, But it's not like meant to smoke or whatever, Was that the one with all the car noise? It wasn't a stream, it was like video vlogs from like 2 years ago now. So, no? There's a lot of car noises in a video? What? There's car noise? What? I am perplexed. I am perplexed, sir. Oh, no Patreon updates. Oh shit, what is this? The Amazing Atheist uploaded some shit, and also Cinema for Cynics uploaded some shit. What the fuck? Drunken Peasants also did? What is going... What? I am really confused right now. What is going on? Dude. Fat Fried, Amazing Atheist, Drunken Peasants, and Cinema for Cynics all uploaded the same thing, literally all around the same time. I am confused. What? Haven't they all broken up? I am confused! What? What? Didn't they break up like a year ago? What's going on with that? Can you get a Milky Oat steamroller? I can give it a shot. Did I dump off the weed in here? Nope. I can get a little hit out of that. After this one, though. But I can get a little hit off it. TJ Kirk, what is happening with... What happened? I'm confused. Those notifications are the most confusing set of notifications I've got in my entire fucking life. Gonna get rid of those. But these 4, it's quite peculiar. I'm gonna have to check all that out. I don't know if they're all different videos with the same title or they're all literally the same thing. I'm confused. I'm scared. Safe space. I need to smoke into my safe space. Safe space.
We'll try 72 on Saturday, fog in the morning, and sunshine. Same thing all weekend long. Lows in the 40s, highs in the low to mid 70s, mainly the low 70s, and then mid 60s on Tuesday. The rainiest day will be Thursday, back to showers and sunrise. And that's Vino, News 101.
Gladstone, you are 67 degrees. Salem is 68. Portland is 67.
Oh, sure. That's pretty kind of a cloudy thing there going on there.
Really need to take drivers again. ODOT looked at 4 years worth of traffic crashes that involved teenagers and found
Well, shit, son, that is just a flavorful piece of weed there. Or multiple different weeds, I should say. Because I grinded up like 2 different nugs. I think one of them is Critical Mass and the other one is the Future. Simply called Future. There we go. Nice and snug, beautiful, planted, and beautifully layered. Boom. Actually, with this, it's probably better to grab a lighter. Alright, here's one. Yes, give it a bit.
619, the 5 things you need to know today, the latest breaking developments in the case of that missing Saudi journalist, plus the migrant caravan.
Just want to make sure it doesn't have a smell in it. You never know if there's like some alcohol residue or some shit, which I don't think there is.
Offering up to 40% off select PCs with Intel Core processors. Call 877 by Dell to speak with a small business technology advisor today.
Happy weekend, everyone. We know what you can do on Monday morning. Tune in to Portland's Morning News.
We'll catch up with a
Oh, fuck.
mom 5 years after losing her 2 daughters at 619.
And Governor Starnes will continue our election series at 7:19. This is the
I had 12 eyes falling out. Yeah, dude. I was happy when I got all that.
Wilsonville is having their first ever tent sale. Now through October 29th, you'll get up to 50% off selected rugs, furniture, and accessories, including HDTV's Joanna Gaines Magnolia Home Collection. Don't miss Northwest Rugs and Furniture tent sale in Wilsonville.
shit.
Now through October 29th only. Northwest Rugs and Furniture in Wilsonville, Beaverton,
Oof.
and Jansen Beach.
Damn, that thing is just a puncher. Just punches you right in the face, and like right there, then it gets you in the face. Damn. Give it a bat. Damn. I legitimately need to like deal with the room situation so I can get a bookshelf going. Cause for fuck's sake, I have so many damn books. I have so many damn books now. It's ridiculous. Like, oh my god. I have at least... How many do I have? At least 20 now? Let's just, like... Let's do an analysis, dude. Like... Let's do this. We're doing an analysis of how many books I have. Because I have a lot of books.
2010?
I don't think I have that many books.
Oh, okay.
The house will be literally flooded with books. I'm not that crazy. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am crazy enough to have that many books. But let's find out. We're going to assess this shit. Because I have all of them stored in one spot, just right here, over here in the corner. I have dealt with my laundry here near. Get all that out of the way near. There we go, near. Well, I have more of them over here. I have just stacks of books everywhere, dude. Okay. I'll have to set y'all on a stack of books. There we go. You'll look at our partial kitchen. It's in here. Oh my goodness. Ugh. This whole shelf full of books. Oh my god. How many do I have here? This stack will just grow, dude. It's just gonna grow. It grows. It continues to grow. It grows and grows. And guess what? It grows. and grows. Do I have more? I have more. Behold, more. There you go. This is getting topsy-turvy now. And I have more elsewhere. I know this for a fact. Oh, jeez. How am I gonna deal with this? Oh, jeez. I'm not picking up that other one. There's too much shit on it. And here's more. And I have like 3 more at least. So let's just count this. Let's just count all these. Okay, let's just get rid of all this shit. All right. Oh my god. All these books. My god. Okay. Let me just stack all these. Like, damn. Okay. Okay, wait, never mind. Yep, these are actually the other ones. Okay. I'll do those 2 right there. Do these smaller ones. Just stack them all in other bigger ones. Like, holy shit. Like, how many do I really have? Like, oh my god. I'm actually assessing. I'm legitimately going to assess this myself because this is insane. I kind of need to cool it. I need to cool it, dude. I'm going to stick these ones that I've collected more in my younger age over here. Jesus. I have a lot of books, dude. Oh my god. Like, damn. Damn, dude. Damn. I'm actually kind of impressed with my collection of, like, of my lexicon of books. I'm just going to surround my one major favorite political book with all the younger books I've had as a kid. That's the only thing I can do because they're all smaller and easily, like, okay. Oh my god. This is insane. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is the best I can do. This is the best that's going to happen. Put all that together. Put all that together. Put that together. Put that there. And grab these because they fell. And put that right here. Oh my god, this whole table is just cluttered. Okay. I present thee most of my library. Jesus Christ. Let's just look at all these. Okay, we got Cosmos and Contact, War's Racket, and Animal Farm. Good books. The Hunger Games. This is one of my books I had as a kid, growing up. The Historical Atlas of Vikings, which is pretty intense. Look like Minbush is but shrimp. Clean your shit, my god. Seriously, dude. A Dog Who Could Fly. This is actually kind of an interesting book. It's about a pilot who literally brought his dog with him and shit. And I think it's a story that they crash landed somewhere and had to like survive or something like that. I haven't really read this one really, but some Tyson, some more right there. That's the newer one. This one I found in my mom's library. She was going to toss it, but I thought this is really interesting, so I kept it. And this is another one I've just kind of found and decided to keep because it's The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Why not? The History of Norway and my sagas, the Prose Edda by Snorri, which I never got a chance to visit his home when I was in Iceland. I feel bad. The Vinland sagas and the Njal sagas. I got some Nietzsche. That's like I've had as a kid too. Like I have a lot of books I've collected as a kid too, which I think is why it has grown exponentially because I had some as a kid too. And these are the new ones here. The Essential Chopsy, Selfish Gene, God Delusion there. I think this one was my brother's, but he let me keep it when I was returning it to him. This is another one I had, I think, since like 6th grade or some shit. These are all had, I just don't even know how long, blah, blah, blah. And The Art of War. This is actually a really, really nice like thing to have. Got Malcolm X. I saw Lee Camp live, and I bought his book, A Moment of Clarity, The Rantings of a Stark, Raving, Sane Man. And I think I have more, but this is pretty much like 95% of my entire discography. It's insane. Like, I have a lot. Folk medicine has probably a lot of good remedies. Yeah, that's why I kept it, because I thought, it'd at least be an interesting read. A Vermont Doctor's Guide to Good Health. So, it sounds interesting, so I thought I'd, give it a read, see what it's about, because I haven't read it at all. But everyone left. I was like, look at my books, and everyone's like, fuck this, I'm out. Fuck you guys. But, yeah, I'm going to have to deal with this now. I got a private stream again, Fortnite. Yep. And also, in here, you know what? I'm just going to get it anyway. Ouch, 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 jeez. Alright, top it off. The Viking. So, yeah, this is literally just all about Vikings. This shit, here's some shit. So, there you go. Let me actually go to another random page. Oh, that doesn't help. A cool page. Oh, there we go. Boom, look at that shit. Boom. Yeah, but that is probably now 96%. I am now going to have to probably deal with this. So, I can see even if I can helmet, because I have one. I do. It's just overly sized. It's like ginormous, or at least the faceplate is insane. Like, the headplate's okay, so I need to get another one that actually fits. So, I'm probably going to have to get one made locally or something like that, but I'll figure it out. If you go on the kitchen table, don't fret.
Why?
Because there's a lot of things you can use for knowledge in there. There's a lot of knowledgeable pieces of paper there that I need to deal with now, because I just showed off my entire collection of books. I have a lot. I didn't even count them, dude. How many do I actually have? Like, let me actually. I'm gonna have to count them later. I'm gonna count them later. I don't. Man, there's so many, dude. Jeez. I have a lot of books. That's for shows. I have a lot of books. Wait till Robert sees the mess. I know, dude. I told him about it. I'm prepping him.
As long as it gets cleaned up.
It will.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know, because it's like, because if I'm still in here doing my thing, and you go out there and you're like, what the fuck? And you're just like, I don't want to get yelled at, so I'm preempting that.
Okay.
Yeah. But don't worry, I am definitely going to deal with it, because I need to really deal with all my books. I have so many books. And I need to deal with my room, which I am going to deal with tonight. So I can actually, like, deal with getting it organized and all that. So I got most of the garbage out, though. So at least it looks a little bit more decent, but I need to really deal with those boxes, man. I don't know where I'm going to put some of those. And also, I have so many bottles. I hope that I'm glad that's empty, because that's going to probably be half full by the time I'm done with it. I don't know why, but I've just collected bottles and never gotten them out of my room. They've been collected under my desk. I'm just going to be honest with that one. I just never need to work on. Don't Jordan Peterson me. No! A nice bookshelf. There already is one. We already have a nice bookshelf. I just need to get it inside, because it's on the front porch. Not in the elements. It's just covered in a bunch of shit. And I need to put it in my room, so I actually have a pretty decent bookshelf where I can put about most of my books. And then the other part of them, the ones that are going to definitely be too big for them, are going to probably just be put in a shelf or somewhere else. Or just put in a different spot. Or on display. I'll probably just display it. But I'll definitely have a few books on display pieces in exchange amount. When you get mattress. It's in there, actually. So, I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Just deal with the room first. So, I'm just gonna have to hardcore listen to some Jordan Peterson while I do it, bro. You are a procrastinator? I am, dude. I've admitted this to myself. I know I'm a procrastinator. I mean, I know, like, I got, like, my heart set on shit. It's just that, I mean, my main thing is just, like, the procrastination of time, and then, or at least finding time, but when I do find that time, just execute and plan, you know what I mean? Which at this point I'm essentially just waiting for Deep Fat Fried, which I feel like they will be live soon, so I can listen to them while I do it. That's usually what I do. I've noticed that now my fatherly side is coming out. I have like 8 fathers. Like I have you, I got my dad, I got a bunch of other people that try to father me. It's like, oh my god, I don't need these many fathers. Like, oh, holy shit. Oh, and to fuck me. No. And no. That can be taken in multiple contexts. But it's all good. Besides this, not one. Oh, it did, but then I was like, no, it ain't working. Well, unfortunately, the episode is for patrons. Unless you are a patron to Deep Fat Fried, you will, unfortunately, will not be able to partake. Get your mind out of the gutter, bucko. It is out of the gutter. I mean, today I was in a really foggy morning. Like, dude, when I woke up, I was just like, what? And I was just like, my brother happened to be over, and I was just like, when I first saw him, I'm like, eh. And I was like, all I did was just go, eh. I don't even think I said hey. I think I just went, eh. I was just like so foggy in the mind this morning, dude. Like, my sleeping's been weird. I hope I'm not getting like some weird insomnia shit. That would be bad. Because I've been sleeping in increments, like early in the night and then very, very, very like late at night / early in the morning. It's weird. I have like this weird like 2 to 3 hour period of being up in the middle of the night where I like get food and do like a quick like re-energize and then like go to sleep. It's weird. It's like, why? Why though? It's like, why though?
Oh, mother shika.
You be an interesting visitor when you get regular stuff going on the show. My brother? Yeah, I mean, he does the same shit, just on the professional scale. I mean, he's in the old media while I'm in the new media, so that's kind of our main difference. But we do similar work, so you know, as I think next week we're gonna work on getting togethers and hanging out and shit, and probably spend the night over at his place and stuff, and not only talk about Iceland, but talk about, hey, this is like. What would you recommend for equipment? Like, I'm trying to get a desktop, what's a good cheap desktop that's also good for gaming? Like, I'm trying to do all this various different things on just one channel type of thing. Like, because I think being a big brother type of guy, he worries too much because he has seen some of my things. And he's like, bruh, like, it's just like, bruh, like, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Virtue signal about it. It's just like, dude, like, bruh, it's just like, it's a different media that I'm doing than you. That's the main difference. And yeah, like, I think he doesn't know that I already understand, like, the internet aspect, because he told me, it's like, if you put things on the internet thing, it's like, but it's always on there. It's like, I already know this though. It's like I'm like totally aware. I mean, I do these streams highly aware of the implications of what it does. I mean, that's why I don't say certain personal stories. I don't say certain shit. I don't blur about certain people's names, or at least I try not to. It's out of blue or whatever, Yeah, with safety. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to just straight up say my address, you know what I mean? I'm not going to straight up say where exactly I live. Like, I'll say, like, Portland, because Portland is the whole general thing that I'm in. Like, in the neighborhood area that I'm in is, like, the Selwood, Milwaukee area. That's about as close as I get. Ain't going any further than that. Because sometimes I have adventures out. Yes, what was your address? Fuck, no. You ain't gonna swing me over on there, boy. I'll do filters on you. Boom. 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 Dance party now, bitch. Boom. Dance party, bitch. Boom. Alright, I'm done. You know, you have learned your lesson. I said I was typing it. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, anyway, I mean, you know, it's just like, I totally understand, like, I totally understand it, but just because I'm doing in a garage or whatever, it's just like, so, this is what, like, not all garages, but a pretty good chunk of garages look like. They're more of storage rooms than actual garages. And we just happened to put a fat room in ours. We just put a fat room in our garage. I mean, that's just what we did. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like, no, I'll do it again. Don't be going, no. Embrace it. And maybe I'll stop it sooner. Anyway, but, yeah, I mean, you know, it's just like, gotta, like, chill. So it was the beginning. Yes. But, anyway, I mean, you know, it's just like, I don't even know what point I was even trying to make, honestly. Sometimes I just ramble and I don't even have a point with it, I guess. I guess that's my point with that. I ramble with no ramblings. But, yeah, I mean, it's just like, whatever. I mean, but eventually, you know, it might be interesting to have him as a guest maybe once or twice. I mean, not, like, maybe in exchange to be a guest on his show, to get a little blurb on me. Nothing in life is worth it really comes free. Nothing in life worth it really comes free. Oh, yeah. Definitely, dude. Especially in this society. For sure. Well. Oh, shit. Phobias, deep fat fried. You know what that means. Final bowl. Outro. But, after I do all my shit, I'll be back on. After I have a little feast. I have some cod that I'm gonna make. And I'm gonna make one, I have two things of it, so I'm gonna make one for me and make one for Mama. Because I said I'd make her one. Goodbye to me. Oh, hey, he got past streams to look at. You can cringe at the tremendous stream that I did a few nights back. You can look at my Montana vlogs if you want. I mean, I mentioned those. Fuck me in my private stream. Well, exactly. The stream is no longer going to be. For it's I, Gluthor, and I will destroy the streams as I possess Signar for all my evil doings. Oh my god, that's just a repeat of what they said earlier, dude. What was the video? What did he say? Oh my, okay, so, I don't want to go in this rant again, but I will for the stream here real quick, I guess. So, there's a counter movement called Patriot Prayer, a right-wing movement here that does protest sometimes and stuff like that. And, apparently a protester said some shit to a widow of a 9/11 victim or whatever. And they're saying it's like this awful behind this video. But I'm just sitting here like, bruh, what was even the video? So what's the context of the video? What, like, and also, who incited the whole incident? So did the widow incite the incident? Or did the protester actually incite the incident? Which will very well dictate how that situation goes. And whoever incited it, yeah, we can blame that person. So if it was the widow who incited the person, the protester was just lashing back out and defending, or not really defending himself, but just lashing back out because the other person's lashing back out. I mean, so, and if it was the protester lashing out, then yeah, protester's a piece of shit. Unite, my comrades. We can all be first together. You're not first, dude. You're an hour and a half late. Just wrecked. You're an hour late. You're an hour and 20 minutes late. Wrecked. Wrecked. So, Stefano, what did you think about the tremendous stream we had the other night with the Low Gang? The cringe fest was real, wasn't it? The tism skyrocketed beyond proportions, and you know what? It's gonna be there, so people understand the pain of some of the daily cringe and the daily all like impassioned speeches of spirituality and thumping of like all this shit and is thinking he's always right type of thing. Like what really like triggered it was like he thinks having one passion is a mistake, and I'm just like, why? He's like, no, it's not. Why is it? And he's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm like, why? And then you chimed in, and you're like, it doesn't matter why. You know, we're just like, dude, why does it matter if someone has one passion? Like, I think what he's mistaking is an interest over a passion. Like, you can have multiple interests, which I think is actually kind of a better, good thing. But a passion is a little different because you like and literally invest a lot of your life into that type of thing, which is what a passion I really define it as is. So, like, I don't know if his definition was different than mine, but I definitely disagreed with his premise, though. It was just like, no, wrong. I'm just like, wrong. Some people can have no passions, and it would be just fine. They can just, be like a wind drifter that just has a bunch of different interests and just kind of goes with the wind type of thing. Those are, there's people out there like that. And what's wrong with that? Only an hour. They're getting better. Found it hilarious. My mouth hung open. I didn't understand it after a bit. Thinks a lot. Controversial things. Yeah, he does, dude. The guy's fucking ridiculous, honestly, man. Like, that's why, like, I find it hard to, like, kick with him sometimes. Because it's just like, dude, you go on this shit all the time. And it's like, dude, I don't agree a lot of the times. And also, your love interest with all these, with this, like, for me, it's just like all the spirituality, like jubu jubu, all these different things and taking it all literal. It's like, I don't, I'm not interested in that, and you keep barking up the wrong tree about it, dude. Like, my interest is in, like, politics, philosophy, and science, and astronomy, specifically in like, cosmology, and all this different shit. Like, I have my interests elsewhere, dude. Like, it's just like you and I would probably have better conversations if him and I were talking about, like, politics all the time. But then that would be a little... But him and I would probably be more debates. But I feel like at least it would be more fruitful because, I don't get in arguments and shit. At least I don't try to yell and all that stuff. Just shooting at everyone. Yeah, dude. Don't feel bad, dude. He just like... As soon as I read that comment, he's just like... Fuck, it's just like, dude, you got triggered like a little snowflake little bitch. Like, that's just how I'm gonna say it, dude. You were a little snowflake SJW bitch right there, dude. You became a bitch boy. His mouth was like a machine gun. Yeah, dude. Like, that's what... Like, this is what at least some good chunk of our group has to deal with. Harley, Tyler, and me. I mean, sometimes Stefan. I've heard about, at least from Harley, like, at least over this summer, that you and Logan had some arguments and shit. I don't know how intense they all were or whatever, but it's just like, we all have had our fair share of the Logan machine gun, you know what I'm saying? We've had the fair share of the Wolverine bitch, Like, we've all had our fair shares. So, I mean, that's why I'm leaving it there. Now, y'all had your fair share, bitch. Y'all had your fair share. That's why. I'm just like, it's just like that. It's there. It ain't my fault. It ain't me who did a little tinted tantrum. And I'm not the only, and he's not the only one who had a tinted tantrum on the internet. So, it's like, is he really special in this? Is he really special in a tinted tantrum? No. He's not the only one whose tinted tantrum's gone online. So, it's not like, he just happened to show up and do it himself. I didn't do anything. That's the thing. I'm just sitting here doing the stream. He showed up, wanted to kick it, kept... It's just like, okay. Okay then, sir. I mean, it's just like, I can only handle so much. Only handle so much. I mean, he's still not a bad guy, though. I mean, you know what I mean? But it's just like, he's just got to, like, chill with, like, some of his, like, clicks, I guess, with what his interests are, and know when people are not as interested or totally disinterested. Just like, dude, him and I have totally, in a lot of ways, very contradictory views. So, it's just that we get along in other ways, essentially, which is how we get along. And I saw right after it happened, I retracted my sentence. Then I saw how he was shooting at everyone. Yeah, dude, that's why I said, don't feel bad, man. Like, just because he viewed it out of context, which, by the way, he even admitted to me after the stream he was drinking anyway, so it's just like, you're not wrong. He was just triggered, you were right. He was just mad, you were right. You kind of called him out a little bit because you were right, honestly. He's a very aggressive, authoritative dude, so whenever someone calls him on shit, he'll be all, you know. Yeah.
Thinks he's right all the time.
Yep, Robert here can agree to that. It'd be like, man, don't be there. Yeah. Yeah, but seriously, I mean, it's just like, that's, but, like, he has his, like, mind in the right place and shit, or at least he's trying to, but it's like, dude.
Let's go up a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta, like, mature out of this emotional, like, rages you get into, dude. Why do you think I'm so chill with everyone, despite, my strong disagreements with their views and shit? Because I don't get emotionally triggered over it. I know people are gonna have different views and opinions. I know people are gonna have totally different belief systems and different religious beliefs than me and shit like that. Like, I know that, so it's like, why get triggered that someone has a different view than me and shit, you know what I mean? It's just like, bruh. It wasn't so personal. It's personal to him, just not to everyone else. Yeah, just like, don't take him personal. He just takes everyone else personal. Wanted to give Robert a drink for telling him to shut up and listen. Seriously, dude. You never, yeah. And guess what? For the rest of the stream, didn't shut up or listen. Wasn't gonna, like, definitely wasn't interested in, like, anything that was, like, going on in my mind or whatever. He just wanted to talk about whatever's going on in his head. It's just like, dude, it's not always about you. You gotta just shut up and listen sometimes. I do that. I learned that trait really well, because I do that. Sometimes I'll just sit here quietly, listen to people. I'll listen to other people's conversations and not even say a single word. I'll just tune in and they won't realize. I'll just be listening and hearing people's different stories about their different lives and stuff. And, and all this. Sometimes I'll kind of like look over a little bit, kind of see what they look like, to kind of get an idea of what this person actually looks like, to kind of get more of a picture in my mind about the story they're talking about. But, I don't, like, chime in or nothing. I just kind of, like, look over, listen. Like, that's something that, that I've learned really well, is to just shut up and listen. Listen's the big part. Does he have anyone in his life he can talk to? Yeah, he has plenty of people that he talks to. How much talking they do depends on their personality. I'm not much... If someone's very authoritative like that, I'm not one to try to challenge it, because I know I'm probably going to get defeated, essentially, in certain cases. Like, I'm pragmatic in that sense. I know when, it's not worth it, but, in a lot of cases, it's not. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But, no, in certain cases, it's just like, yeah, it's just like, I'll challenge it. Just like, I just kind of look at it from the perspective of the situation. Something's bothering him? Yeah, life. You kind of heard a lot of it within that same stream. So, him and I come from similar backgrounds, but the thing is, it's just like, he thinks we're unique in that sense, but there's a lot of other people that have very same upbringings, or, have a mixed blends of upbringings. He says worry about his mom. Well, I am too, The thing is, like, I am fucking worried about it too, but you don't see me going on emotional tantrums about that shit. Like, in fact, my mom's in a way worse situation than his mom is in a way, because my mom can barely fucking walk, and she's also overweight and has a plethora of other fucking health problems. So, it's like she, like, I'm scared fucking shitless about her, and, like, like if he's, he has, he's, going to do all these emotional tit chances worried about his mom, and it's just like, hey, I fucking like, I'm worried, but I ain't doing what you're doing, dude. I'm able to like have at least some control of my emotions, or at least able to express it in different ways, at least, I guess, in a sense, if it makes sense. I am too. I just lost mine last month. Well, yeah, you don't, for you don't really have like, for you it's just like the mourning process, and I worry about that part of it too, but it's just about certain cards being played, unfortunately, in this very fucked up system where you have to worry, where you have to, hope that your cards are being played right, and sometimes you're not even in control of those cards. So it's just like you just it's just about hope and money, in this fucking system with our healthcare system. So, if they're played right though, then she'll be able to recover, but then she'll probably have an opioid addiction, which she definitely is, and and all this other shit. So it's just like there's a lot of problems she's gonna have to get her hurdles over. But the one major thing about her though is that she is definitely a fucking fighter though. She pushes herself to the limit when she probably shouldn't, but does anyway. So it's just like, it's, I worry, but there is like kind of a, reassuring, like, in a way reassuring like confidence, at least in herself at times. But right now she's just hit hard trying to recover from the shit, from the trip and everything. Because when she's a fighter, she did some shit on that trip where she probably shouldn't have done with her health, honestly. But yeah, man. There's something about mamas that are fighters. There really is something about them that will literally fight to their fucking last fine dying breath to like, survive and be like, my babies. But there's something about that. The good old, sorry to tell you, it's what you make it. It's what you make it. Yeah, that's the key point of it though. It's how you make it. It sucks, but that's just the cycle of it, though. That's kind of I don't really know how to explain it other than with my own real philosophy. And for me, it's just acknowledging that that's what's going to happen. I know I'm not going to live forever, but I can make the most of what my life is, and I don't know. And from what I can, at least, backed with what we can figure out with science, is that ain't gonna be nothing, at least as far as I know. So just make the most of what we have here on Earth, regardless, and help other people. Try to help out your friends, your communities, and shit like that. Do good for yourself, have good food, travel and shit. Stuff like that. Even if you're an older age, you can still do a lot of that type of shit. You can still, make up for a lot of a void essentially that you might be having, that you felt like I could have done more, but it's like you still can. Depending on your situation, you definitely still can do something, whether it be doing what I'm doing, or going out to your community, volunteering, or just going out and making sandwiches all afternoon and going out in the later part of the day and giving it to homeless people. That's one way of doing it. Just all sorts of things. And these are all things I've done. I've done that before. So, it's definitely it's definitely things that, you can do to, make the most of yourself, Now I want to go to Iceland. It's cheap going there, and I think it's like $50 for a passport if you don't have one yet. And, yeah, dude, it's, well, shit titties. But, yeah, it's just expensive being there, so just make sure you have at least like $1,000 saved up, specifically for the trip. For everything. So, depending on the time, you'll probably find a real good deal on the spot where you can sleep and do all that type of stuff. So, it's just about finding the right time and finding a good part of the trip. But anyway, I'm gonna start smoking this. Get start smoking it in there. Get smoking it. Yeah. Let's start smoking it. Oh shit, bro. Damn. Can we get a replay for that intense shit? Can we just get a replay? Damn, son.
Look.
Damn. Boom, bitch! I'm not even interested in this, but that was just intense. Boom! Wrecked. Just wrecked his ass. Wrecked!
And now the rain looks like it's going to be a little bit weaker, come a little bit later. We'll look for showers late Tuesday, more showers on Wednesday. Right now looks like Thursday.
Who's turning the table and returning the favor? Sounds like a lyric. He's turning the table and returning the favor. It's like, it's a half rhyme. It like, there's like a rhyme in there a little bit. Table, favor. It's the it's the te, and then the fe. That's the rhyme. So it's in there, so it kind of works. Damn. I just made a lyric out of some announcement dude. I just made a lyric of an announcement dude, just talking. Oh well, smoking didn't leave me, go ahead. It's just what I gotta do! I gotta learn about people's phobias. Speaking of which, what's your phobia? Mine is falling from heights, but heights necessarily is not my problem. Like, I can fly. I love flying, actually. I love being in, like, towers and stuff. I like looking over and checking out the views and stuff. You know, I can handle height. It's just, you know, being on the edge and knowing that I could fall and die. It's just like that height. You know what I mean?
You think it's a skydive?
That's the thing. That's the big thing. I don't mind being in a plane and being like kind of looking overhead and stuff, you know? And like, yeah, I could be the guy pushing people out of the plane skydiving, but I couldn't be the skydiver type of dude. So I would have to be harnessed on a guy, and he's doing it. That's how it would have to happen at first, or the first few times. And then eventually I could probably do it myself. But oh my god, oh, the thought of that is queasing me, dude, because it's the falling thing. It's not everything else. It's the falling thing. That's queasy to me, dude. It's just that's the thing. Yeah.
I would just play the card and the shit comes up, but don't think about it if you put the card and it doesn't. And then you got
that's why you have a backup shoot, but sometimes that won't go. But so if that doesn't go, you're basically dead. At that point, you might as well enjoy the euphoric falling rush that you're getting, and go head first, because fuck it, you might as well. Seriously, I mean, like at that point, like either if you're in a group, go to the near, like you probably all have little comms and stuff. You could be like, my chutes are not opening. Whoever doesn't have it open, I'm traveling to you ASAP. Like that is literally your only chance, and if you can make it, oh my god, you're the lucky son of a bitch. But if you don't, well, what else can you do? What else are you gonna do? Are you gonna land in the water? If you hit water at like high speeds like that, it's concrete, bitch. It's just gonna like you're gonna splatter before you actually go into water. You're gonna like it's like either way, you're practically like dead. Unless you like were like perfectly dive, like you had like the perfect spear. You might break your fingers, but you might live. You might have a really bad concussion or some shit. I don't know. Depending how deep the water is. I mean, if you're near water, I mean, it's just like, oh my goodness.
Well, when you do this, let me know how it was. If they ain't doing it.
I know you're not doing it. There's no way. I don't see you doing it ever in your life. I don't, like, even if you're on mushrooms or some shit, I don't see you doing it. Because if you're on mushrooms, you're probably going to be too, like, in the trip to even notice. I don't know.
I'm talking like some stuff, yeah.
I know. It's kind of interesting to try. Heights. When I get on a ladder, my knees shake. See, I don't have a problem with ladder. Like, it always comes down to the falling, because I have no problem with heights at all. You know, being on the ladders, being at top towers, roller coasters, all this stuff. It's just the falling aspect. Like when I went to Six Flags over Texas and I was going down Goliath, that goes up like 200 some feet in the air and drops, I was totally fine. And we were in the very first front seats. and we were like leaning over before the gravity took over. So I was like, oh God, we're about to fall. Like in my mind, I'm like, I'm falling. Like in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna die and fall, and that little hole is gonna clip my head off. Like that was in my head, and I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. That was the freaky part of it. I was okay being up there. It's just it was literally just the falling aspect of it. It's not necessarily fear of heights. It's just falling from a very high height that can kill me. You know, like that's the thing, or injure me severely. You know, but yeah. Well, I'm okay until I look down. Yeah, like I don't mind looking down. Like I could look down at it. Like when you're on a roller coaster, you kind of have no choice but to look down. But I could look down. Like the whole time I was going up the ride, I was looking down anyway. So I was like, ooh, we're going high up, nice, ooh, exciting. And then we get there, and then I'm like, not so exciting. But it's a pretty legit ride, dude. The second time I went on it, I actually almost blacked out. I was starting to black out a little bit at the very last end. The gravity was like, ugh, I'm gonna pull you in, high G's, ugh. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, ugh. I'm pretty sure my face was like, oh shit, whoa, bro. I almost passed out, whoa. Blackout. Like, even straight up, like, the world started to silence around me. Like, it was only starting to focus on the ride and the wind. Like, literally for like a good 30 seconds, that's all I was hearing. Just the ride and the wind. I wasn't hearing people scream, nothing. It was just that. Like, I didn't hear, like, any creaks of anything, or just people going nuts, or people whatever, or, like, people moving, or not. That was just it. Specifically, the ride going on the tracks and wind for a period of time. So that was, like, really interesting to have, like, this blackout experience, but I didn't totally blacked out. You never been on a plane? Oh, it's fun, dude. I love flying. Like, I mean, I can't express, like, it feels really free to fly. It really does. Because it really, it really makes the world small, because the world is small. It really is. Like, and that's like the really cool perspective about flying, especially if you get high up, is that you can really see how small that earth really is. Like, you're like, oh wow, I'm really high up. Wow. That's where that town is. It's that close. Wow. Oh wow, the major city, I can see it off in the distance. It's that close? It's not that far away. Wow. Those mountainsides that take about an hour's drive. That's only about a 20-minute flight for me now. It's like, it makes things closer. And that's what I love about it. I mean, also, just like checking out the countrysides of the world, essentially, at this point. Like, it's something to be an international citizen, or just like a dual citizen, or just like a traveler or a tourist of the world, essentially. I mean, there's something about that. It really opens up the perspective of the world, man. It's cool. It's really awesome.
From the 24/7 traffic center. Doors. Get high quality, low price interior and exterior doors. Discount windows at 905 North Vancouver Avenue. Text support your meadows. CCD 180018.
Come on. I wouldn't do that. You did a while ago. Anyway, though, I bid thee farewells, and I'll see you.